It's time for Giants Kickoff.
The Giants head down to Philadelphia to face a bitter division rival in what has become a crucial game for the Big Blue early on in the 2017 campaign. Starting the season at 0-2, following a pair of frustrating losses, the first on the road at Dallas and the most recent coming at MetLife Stadium this past Monday night in the team's home opener. After the latest primetime loss, head coach Ben McAdoo putting the onus squarely on himself.
We're not playing complete complementary football. We got a turnover in the first half, then we come back and turn the ball right back over, get a stop, get a chance to get the ball back. We give up a punt return for a touchdown, just too many issues. We got to play and feed off of each other, and we're not doing it right now, and I got to find a way to make that work.
All right. How you doing, everyone? I'm Russ Salzberg, and welcome to Giants Kickoff, our pregame look at your New York Football Giants as they now enter their crucial Week 3 matchup with a divisional rival.
And I'm Castiglione. Thanks for joining us. It's not how the Giants expected to head into Philly with an 0-2 mark, but here's where we are. Expectations for this team were very high heading into the 2017 season.
And you can catch all the action from this weekend's matchup. Giants-Eagles from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Sunday, 1 p.m. on Fox 5.
The struggling Giants offense comes into this weekend's game following a week of question marks directed at its offensive line and the team's failure to score points over the first two games. Now traveling on the road to Philadelphia to face a Philadelphia defense that's known for its stout front line and pass rush. Here's a closer look at the contest and our game day preview.
Game day preview brought to you by Spectrum.
I think you look at all games as must-wins. Obviously, it's an important game, and the situation, the hole we've dug ourselves in. So you can't, put more pressure on yourself than what's needed. So we got to have a great week of preparation and go out there, play hard, and offensively we got to make more plays and play better, score more points.
Some pointed criticism coming out of Monday night's loss to Detroit. In particular, when it came to the goal line delay of game call, which Coach McAdoo said was a result of sloppy quarterback play.
Well, he knows I can take it. He knows, hey, you've played 14 years in New York. You've been criticized, right? You can take it pretty much whatever they throw at you. So Coach Mack and I are on the same page, and anything he says, whether it's to the media, whether it's to me, to the team, it's all for the better of the team, and I'm okay with it.
Do I believe in 10? Absolutely. Is he going to lead us there? Absolutely. He's done it before, and I don't see why he wouldn't do it again. It just had a slow start,
It's the fourth time in the last 5 years that Big Blue has gotten off to an 0-2 start, having scored only 13 points through 2 weeks. Getting into better offensive flow, without question, a top priority.
We want to be a balanced offense. Obviously when we get down, we become a little predictable, and that's just how it is in the NFL. You got to pass the ball to, get back up and get a lead. And so it's extremely important for us to stay balanced, and that's what we're trying to do going into this game.
We need to be able to go have methodical drives, go down the field. We had a couple shots of that last week, but it has to be more consistently. We can't have those 3 and outs. Can't do those things that are going to hurt the team and put our defense in a tough spot.
With your offense struggling, does that make your job any harder, put any pressure on you guys to make a play?
Nah, we play with that pressure all the time. We feel like we're the backbone of this organization, and we're going to try to make any possible play and just try to play smart and get our offense back the ball close to the 50 or on the 45 just to make a play or get them good field position to march the ball downfield, even if it's to get 3. It's points.
All right, after Monday's loss to those Lions, head coach Ben McAdoo not only shouldered much of the blame, but also pointed to the need for improvement across the entire offensive unit. I had a chance to speak with the head man in our Coach's Corner.
Coach, you're 0-1 in the division, 0-2 in the conference. Eagles coming up in Philly. Would you consider this a crisis situation for the Giants?
It's not a crisis situation. We have a ball game on Sunday. There's a lot of football left to play, and we're excited to go out. We're working to win this week.
Outside forces can sometimes cause division, pull a locker room apart unless there's strength in that locker room. Do you feel that you have strength in your locker room?
Yeah, we have talented men of integrity in our locker room. It's not a soft locker room, so what's outside stays outside. We clean our own house inside.
Ben, when asked about that delay of game penalty on Monday night, you said sloppy quarterback play. It seemed to cause quite a furor. But the only guy who didn't seem to be upset was Eli. Was that a non-conversation for the two of you?
Yeah, we never even talked about it. You know, Eli and I have a strong relationship. We understand what has to get done on Sundays, and in that case, Monday night, we want to get the ball snapped before the clock runs out. And we learn from it and we move on.
All right, the business at hand, beating the Eagles and the key to doing so.
Well, they're a good team. They're tough to beat at home. 0-6, you know, the last time they lost a turnover battle, so we need to win the turnover battle. We need to take care of the football. That's a big part of the game, and be the more physical, heavy-handed football team.
The criticism of your offensive line, in particular, young Eric Flowers, has been nonstop, but you have stuck with Eric Flowers. What is there that you see that keeps your faith in him?
Yeah, he's a young, talented player. He's working to get better. He has some moments that are obviously better than others, but we don't give up on each other. We're going to put the best 5 players out there. Right now, he's one of the best 5, and give him a chance to learn and grow from it and see if we can take another step this week.
Going into the season, your players were pretty darn confident about doing big things this season. Have you seen their confidence wane at all?
The sense of urgency's gone up, but the confidence is still there.
And finally, everybody wants to know about who's calling the plays this week. Is that going to be a game-time decision for you?
Stay tuned.
Still to come on Giants Kickoff. Shane Vereen is a veteran presence in the Big Blue backfield. He tells Russ what the G-men need to do to get the offense back on track in this week's Player Profile. Then, our Giants insider Paul Dottino talks options along the offensive line. Also sharing his thoughts on what the Big Blue offensive machine needs to do to start firing on all cylinders. Next. Giants Kickoff brought to you by Adorama, official electronics retailer of the Giants.
I'm Olivier Vernon, and you're watching Giants Kickoff on Fox 5.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Shane Vereen is a seasoned veteran who has seen the ups and downs in the National Football League. After missing most of last season due to injury, he's expected to be a key part of this season's Big Blue game plan. The Giants' number 34 joins us now as this week's Player Profile.
This season, only 2 games, but the offense has been a major disappointment. Has that been shocking to you?
Yeah, it has. I think it's been shocking to a lot of guys in the locker room. Is it the season over? Are we completely done? Absolutely not. There's a lot of football left to go, a lot of plays, a lot of quarters. We got plenty of time. I think, though, that we definitely need to put the pedal to the metal now. I think now is the time. We kind of dug ourselves into quite a big hole, and now is the time to climb out.
Having said that, do you view the Eagles game as a must-win situation?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say this game is crucial in the sense that it's A, a division game, and B, we're coming to this game 0-2. We desperately need a win, and we want to win. We need a win, and we're working towards that. I think that's obviously the goal right now, but Philly is no slouch. That we always compete with them very well.
As a veteran, Shane, you know how to deal with adversity.
Yeah.
But do you feel it's incumbent upon yourself to make sure that your young running back teammates also know how to deal with it?
Absolutely, absolutely. I take my role in the running back room very seriously, and especially when things aren't going the way that they should be going, especially in our room. I think we really take that seriously as a group. I take that seriously as a leader of the group. There's definitely need to be a change, and now is the time. Now more than ever, we need everybody on deck, all hands on deck, everybody playing their best football.
How does this offense get back on track for the Eagles?
1 first down at a time. 1 first down at a time. We have so many big playmakers on this team that I feel like we get caught up into big plays, make big plays, when really if we just get 1 first down at a time, just move the chain, stay on the field, put points on the board, the big plays will come. This offense is as good as offense as there is, as talented as an offense in the league. We just got to 1 first down at a time and just continue to play Giants ball.
Joining us now to talk about the troubling start for the Big Blue is a man who covers them on a daily basis as the Giants beat reporter for WFAN Radio. Paul Dottino is our Giants insider.
All right, Paul, as we look at this Philly game, you know, before the season even started, you voiced your concerns about the offensive line. So realistically, what can they do at this point in the season?
Well, there's a lot of things they can do schematically. They can work more with a fullback. They can work more with Red Ellison, the tight end, and maybe get them much more involved and in different ways to help out that offensive line. The other thing they can do, quite frankly, lineup changes. There are other backup offensive linemen on this team. They could shuffle the lineup in a number of different ways. It's a gamble, but they certainly could do it.
Could they make a trade at this point?
Very difficult to make a trade, because if you're going to do that, you're going to have to take on whatever cap number in a prorated situation for the guy that you bring in. Giants do not have an awful lot of cap room. Plus, with so many teams looking to acquire quality offensive linemen, you're going to have to outbid a lot of people if you're going to try to make a deal.
Could they make a trade for a running back?
Don't think so, because quite frankly, with the way that the offensive line has performed, it doesn't matter if Jim Brown is back there. This Giants running game is not going to get going by just having a Hall of Fame running back in the backfield. There's a lot more at work here than just that.
Paul, the offense is currently constructed. What gets them back on track?
Well, first thing they've got to be able to do, in my opinion, even if Eli does not have a lot of time to throw, I think they've got to open things up from the get-go and try to open up with the pass to then establish a run later on. We always talk about usually getting the run going first. No, in this case, because of the struggles they're having, they've got to actually do it the other way around.
Paul, do you see the defense, which was so great last year, needing to step up and almost take over and win games for this team?
I don't think there's any question. They believe they have a playoff caliber defense, and I still think that after the first two games. They are still going to shoulder more than 50% of the load for this team if they're going to go anywhere. I don't think there's any doubt about that. How much more? Do they have to shoulder 75 or 80%? Nobody knows the answer to that right now, but this offense has to start doing more of its 50%. There's no question about that.
Still to come on Giants Kickoff. Eli Manning is now in his 14th year as the field general for the Giants. But it's his contributions off the gridiron which may have a longer-lasting impact. We'll have details in this week's Giants Among Us. Plus, we test members of the G-Men on their knowledge of the NFL team that calls Philadelphia home. Our trivia challenge, Know Your Foe, is still ahead.
I'm Sterling Shepard, and you're watching Giants Kickoff on Fox 5.
0-2, 16-0. I always want to be a difference maker. And I think last year around week 5, you know, we were 2-3. So there's never really any panic in my eyes. I know that's a long season. We didn't have a good start, but it's really not about how you, I know it's cliche, it's not about how you start, it's how you finish, but it really is.
And the Giants most certainly could use a very healthy dose of number 13 as they travel down the turnpike to Philly. And you can catch all the game action from this weekend's matchup, Giants-Eagles, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Sunday, 1 p.m. on Fox 5.
All right, in this week's Giants Among Us, Eli Manning and the offense have taken some hits on the field and off in the past couple of weeks. But here's our Erica Wachter on why his efforts in the community continue to be second to none.
Two-time Super Bowl MVP Eli Manning has been a proven leader for the Giants on the field. But it's his many charitable endeavors off of the field that have put him in a class of his own among New York sports figures. Back in February, as part of the NFL honors, the Giants quarterback was named co-winner of the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, sharing the honor with Arizona Cardinals receiver Larry Fitzgerald. The award recognizes NFL players for excellence both on and off the field. This past offseason, Eli once again signed up to serve as a celebrity chair for the March for Babies in New York City, a role he's proudly held every year since 2008.
Because of you today, more babies will be born healthy in New York City, across the country, and around the world. Today we're walking for all babies, healthy babies, babies born premature, and those babies that were born too soon didn't make it.
Joined by thousands of New Yorkers, Eli led a 3-mile march that started at the Lincoln Center and ended up at 26th Street and Lexington Avenue. The March of Dimes knows how important Eli's role is in their effort to help babies.
Somebody like Eli Manning, who genuinely is all about children and the health of children and has 3 healthy children of his own, and wants to come out and lend his presence to an event like this. It draws attention to the event. And if people are saying, wow, Eli Manning thinks this is important, what is this all about? What can I do? How can I contribute? How can my company contribute? What can we do to support the cause that is so important to Eli Manning?
Leading by example, Eli knows it takes a team effort to accomplish the goal of raising $2 million for the worthy cause.
None of this happens without the sponsors and the whole community rallying together to come out and to make a difference and to show their support, but also give their donations that goes into all the research and education that helps these families.
My wife was showing signs of preterm labor at 25 weeks. And through the research of the March of Dimes, my wife was able to get a shot every Wednesday for 11 weeks that held the pregnancy, and the baby was born at 6 pounds at 36 weeks.
So really every baby that's born now owes a little thank you to the March of Dimes when they're born healthy.
For Giants Kickoff, I'm Erica Wachter.
Still to come on Giants Kickoff, Russ and Duke with their picks on the all-important Week 3 contest against Philadelphia. Plus, we put members of Big Blue to the test when it comes to their knowledge of the rival Eagles.
I'm from there, man. I know a thing or two.
Know your foe is straight ahead. Giants Kickoff brought to you by Ticketmaster and the NFL Ticket Exchange, the only official ticket exchange of the NFL.
I'm Damon Snacks Harrison, and you're watching Giants Kickoff on Fox 5.
Defense just worries about defense. We gotta step up. We gotta make more plays out there. We shouldn't be getting scored on. That's our job, not to put points on the board when we're out there on the field. So we just gotta step it up.
All right, it's now time once again to challenge members of the Big Blue on their knowledge of this week's opponent, the Philadelphia Eagles. So with that, here's our latest edition of Know Your Foe.
Know Your Foe, brought to you by your Tri-State BMW centers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
All right, Snacks, here we go. True or false? Eagles have never won a Super Bowl.
True.
True. They lost both in 1980 to the Raiders, 2004 to the Patriots. Philadelphia is known as the city of
brotherly love.
So I didn't even have to give you multiple choice. Name the Eagles' current head coach. do you need multiple choice?
Need multiple choice.
Andy Reid, Chip Kelly, or Doug Peterson?
Doug Peterson. There we go.
Need multiple choice. Philadelphia is home to what famous food? A, dirty water dogs. B, pepperoni pizza. Or C, cheesesteaks. Cheesesteaks. Besides being home to the Eagles, Philadelphia is also home to this iconic symbol of American independence.
Liberty Bell?
Oh, you don't even need clues, dude. For a successful career in the National Football League, this native son of Philadelphia won the Heisman Trophy in 1995. Was it A, Tony Dorsett? Was it B, Charlie Ward? Or was it C, Eddie George?
Good backs right there, man. Tony Dorsett.
I'll go with Eddie George, yeah.
There it is, Eddie George. Look at that. Look at that.
That was a shot in the dark.
What is the name of the Eagles mascot? A, Baldy, B, Edgar, or C, Swoop?
Baldy. That's the last one. What was the last one again?
Swoop.
Swoop, swoop, swoop.
Swoop, there it is. All right.
Know your foe.
All right, Russ, I have the Eagles winning this game 17-13. tough defensive line. Giants on the road.
I understand, but this is a crisis situation for the Giants. They can't go 0-3 in the conference, so I say Giants win it by the score of 27-20. And you can watch all the game action tomorrow on Fox 5 beginning at 1 p.m.
And that's a wrap on this week's edition of Giants Kickoff. For our entire Giants Kickoff crew, I'm Drew Castiglione.
And I'm Russ Salzberg. Be sure to enjoy your Giants football Sunday.